Tim Black's Wolfpack. Hey, how you doing? I'm Tim Black. How you doing? How you doing? What's going on, people? What's up? How you feeling? All right. Welcome to the Tim Black Show. I'm your host, Tim Black, obviously. We're here. We're still rocking with you. I'd like to say hello to my people out there on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter who are tuning into this broadcast. If you're new to the show, I guess there's not a lot of new people yet because we haven't started sharing it yet. So could you share this broadcast on your social media? It will be very impactful what we say tonight on the show, and the stories that we cover are important for people to get become aware of it because, frankly, guys, people are being lied to at such a rate, it's horrific. So let's get the truth out there, regardless to party. And if you got a D or R, whatever, on your shirt, the truth is always better than a lie because the truth beats a lie. All right. Let's go make sure that we're functioning on all cylinders and we're hitting all these sites. So let's check us out on YouTube first this time. YouTube people, how y'all doing? J-Bug in the house. J-Bug in the house. What's up, J-Bug? Brad Bloom and Zachary and David Melford. Thank you, David. Hit like, people. I appreciate it. Paul K, Gamer for Life. He voting third party. Sounds good. Tatiana, what's up, Tatiana? Truth can't be silenced. My man Dave in the house. Tanya, hey, what's up? Lumberjack offs. Hey, what's up, Daryl? What's up, No Time? Rev Marie and Dave in the house doing some moderating. I think Sign of the Times is around. Thank you, moderators in the house. Progressive Geek is in the house, loud and clear. Brian Crosby, thank you for the info, as always, my friend. Bob Pazer, Michelica. That's good to see you too, Michelica. Rebecca, how you doing? Gary Webb and Boigny Flynn. All right, Boigny Flynn. I'll go with that. Bob for the kids. Brian Allen. Simone Johnson. Oh, Simone. What's up, Simone Johnson? What's up, Johnson? Good to have you, Johnson. And Nathan Purvis, and we are in the house, Brad, once again, and Allison Cole. Love to you as well, Allison. Oh, since we're on the road, guys, let's go ahead and jump over to our Facebook people. 1 second. How you doing, Mary? Mary Warren. Oh, guys, if you're on YouTube and you join the Tim Black Wolfpack on YouTube, I got some new emojis I put out. If you want to rock those, it's just letting you know they're there. I need to keep up with that. So we're trying to add more fun stuff on YouTube. Make things more interesting. I put a No Joe emoji up there last night, like 5 in the morning. That would be this morning. Facebook in the house. How y'all doing, Facebook? Melissa and David and George. Rita Siniglia. There you go. Brian Ellingsworth. Jen. Maggie. Roglin and Nicole Sears. All right. Good to have you, Nicole. Glad to have you. Thank you for stopping through. Please, guys, don't forget to share this on your social media. Paula Smith. Virgil. What's up, Virgil? Tammy and Anna is in the house. Terry Myers. Happy belated birthday, Terry Myers. Rose Wade, my friend. Thank you, Rose, for being here. Ellen. That's right. Jeanette. Rita. Jasmine is back. Double hitter quitter. That's right. I saw you earlier. Good to have you back. Karen Bridenthal, saw you earlier too, man. Ananda, thank you for holding me down. David, Baker, and Rhonda, and Margarita Silver Potts, for all you do. This bud's for you. And we got a nice crew, a nice showing here on Facebook. Once again, Sarah. New people on Facebook. And if you guys could help us out, and regardless of what platform that you're on, you're watching the show, if you are new to the show, please let us know where you found us. How'd you find out about the show? You know, it's always good for us to know, because we got to do more to get the word out, and you'll let us know what works and what's reaching people. So if you could just, like, in your comment section, hey, you just put, I found Tim whatever. I found Tim wherever. And that'd be really dope. All right, guys. Yeah, okay, so I got to make a correction from an earlier broadcast today, because I went by what, there's chaos, frankly, okay? It's not really my fault. Wisconsin. First you love me, then you don't. Then you love me, then you won't. So Wisconsin, originally, like last week, I reported that Wisconsin was delaying their vote. They were delaying the elections until June. They were going to go with paper mail-in ballots, and they weren't going to put people in harm's way in order to vote. They weren't going to do their in-person voting. But it was so close to the day to vote, which is tomorrow, they were saying, well, you know, people can come out, but they don't have to come out. We're going to do mail-in votes. Okay? Now, people were criticizing Bernie Sanders because they don't like Bernie Sanders. Yeah, that's the end. That's it. That's really it. But no, people were saying Bernie wasn't working hard enough to make the state of Wisconsin change its voting, and that he didn't work hard enough to change Florida voting. And then the moon landing, Tupac, the death of Pop Smoke, Nipsey Hussle, all these are Bernie Sanders' faults. You should have known. These things would have never happened if it weren't for Bernie Sanders, which is pretty typically a centrist Democrat position, but okay, it's independent media position too. So anyway, I'm under the impression that they're going to stick to what they said they were going to do. The governor, Ernie Evers, that's it, Tony Evers out there in Wisconsin, the cheese state. He was trying to get this done. He convened a meeting on Friday, I think it was, or Saturday. He convened a hearing for this, and the court overturned it. So it was back on. They were going to be voting on Tuesday. Okay. These bastards want to kill us, fine. Guess we'll just have to die then. And then earlier today, I get a message from my man Buck, and several others as well on other platforms hit me up. They said, Tim Black, looks like Wisconsin's going to do the right thing. Wisconsin is not going to hold their primaries on Tuesday like a fool, like sadistic bastards that want to murder the populace. No, they understand that being in close proximity is against the rules of CDC guidance, as well as the Surgeon General's warning and all forms of reasonableness and safety. Well, that was good news for about a couple of hours, because shortly after I went live and told you that they were pushing it back till June again, and that they weren't going to subject their citizens to, risk their lives in order to cast their votes. It changed again. First you love me, then you don't, then you hate me. It's a game for fools. Yeah, so is our democracy. It's a game for fools, Johnson. That's what it is. Wisconsin votes tomorrow in person. Yep, Gonna go right on ahead and put you in harm's way. Hey, Nana, she lived long enough anyway. Why should Nana see another Christmas? She got to get out there and vote for Biden, man. Yeah. Get out there and vote for Biden. We wouldn't want Nana to miss her opportunity to vote for Biden in person, though she could just mail it in a month later. Wouldn't want that to happen. Yeah, got to send old Pop. Old Pop to the bus stop to go to the polling pops for the drop tops, the flip-flops. Okay, so we know the Summer Olympics are delayed. March Madness was canceled. Even the Pope celebrated Palm Sunday Mass before a nearly empty St. Peter's Basilica. But in Wisconsin, there could still be an election tomorrow. Yeah. We know how pivotal Wisconsin is. It's an important state. It'll be the state that decides that the Democratic Party wants Joe Biden. And that's what it's all about, guys. Yes, just hours ago before polls are supposed to open, the Wisconsin Supreme Court ruled against a last-minute effort by Governor Tony Ayers to postpone the election until June 9th. With a Republican-controlled state legislature that has resisted making nearly any changes to voting during the worldwide crisis. Last-minute fighting over whether it's safe for people to vote tomorrow injects even more chaos into an election that's already rife with legal challenges and public safety concerns. It's a situation that could foreshadow the kind of politically toxic battles over voting that the country may face this fall. If the virus lingers into the November election, Wisconsin has more than 2,000 reported coronavirus cases right now. Oh, and also 80 deaths. You would think 80 dead citizens might give them pause. But no, there's a couple judges' seats they want to fill with Republican jackasses, so whatever. If no one shows up, we don't care. We just figure we'll get more of our fools to show up than you'll get fools on your side to show up. That way we'll walk away with it. It's important to note Joe Biden, unlike Bernie Sanders, who pushed back against this vote, who stood with the activists, who stood with the mayors, because there are mayors who don't want the vote to happen either. They think it's too radical, too risky. Don't need to take the chance. Social distancing does not include being in a polling place. Kind of basic, right? You can't go to the bank. You shouldn't go to the bank. People scared to go to the supermarket. People not going to restaurants. But hey, let's go to the polling place. These mofos don't... Like, do you need more evidence, Johnson, that they don't care about you? I mean, real dog. Do you need anything else? Oh, you still on the fence, huh? Sad. I'm waiting to see all the videos where people clap for Bernie for fighting a good fight. But as I told you before in earlier broadcasts, Bernie can't make Wisconsin listen to him. Because Bernie's just one person. Even with Bernie and the governor of Wisconsin and activists and mayors all together forming Voltron, they couldn't make Wisconsin change their elections. Now I know it's nice and easy and convenient, very convenient, to blame Bernie Sanders for everything. And we know we have some dumbasses who buy into it and go, yeah, it's his fault. But evidenced here in Wisconsin, Bernie couldn't do anything to stop them from voting. So I'm waiting for the videos of retractions of all the people who bashed Bernie and said it's Bernie's fault. It's Bernie's fault. We won't get those. Dysfunctional politics kept Wisconsin from doing the same as Ohio and other states. On Saturday, state lawmakers rejected Mr. Everett's proposals for holding an all-male election and extend the voting to May, gaveling out a special legislative session within seconds. Even with voters' very lives at stake, Wisconsin's politicians were unable to come to an agreement in a fight that mirrors the dynamics of battles over Voting access already underway at the national level. Yeah, I know it sounds like I'm beating a dead horse here, but the gross hypocrisy of so many in our corporate media structure and those who find a lane of disparaging the truly progressive left or any politician that they don't have. Look, the reality is no one can stop this, it appears. No, it's not up to one person. If we're going to change things in this country, it's going to take all of us banding together. This would make sense. You know, MLK was a great man. I think we all would agree, even though the sanitized, whitewashed version of him has him neutered and impotent. He was a freedom fighter. But I believe even Martin Luther King Jr. himself, if he could speak, he would say he didn't do it alone. He had the commitment, the passion, the right principles, but without being able to get the people in the streets and get the people to do the sit-ins and get the people behind him, there wasn't much that MLK could do. It takes people. I know it's unfortunate. It maybe dampens your ability to rile people up, but the reality is if we don't get involved, we won't get change. Folks in Wisconsin, all I can tell you is F them. We go to the convention anyway. Bernie Sanders, I hope you go to the convention. Who am I? I'm just Tim Black, but I support your candidacy, sir. And I do so without disparaging you and calling you every name in the book because I understand there's just so much you can do. But I would like to suggest that we just tell people stay home. What the hell? They won't listen probably, but that's okay. For the record, I said stay home. For the record, many of us are hoping you stay home because this virus has only gotten worse. We don't need you to die because of it. Let them coronate their guy without your blood, okay? So, wow, man. So we got Donald Trump. These press conferences every day, they're taking a toll on the guy. I mean, he's just not his bubbly, lighthearted self. He's not his sunny disposition self cracking jokes up there. You know, I'm watching Trump be Trumpy, and it's just amazing. This guy is the most testy person. He gets pissed off at everything. He got pissed off. I saw something trending. This guy, John Curl. I don't even know who John Curl is. John Carl, Tim. Like the restaurant, Carl's. So he reams out a reporter during a White House press conference on the coronavirus. Then I'll just show it to you. I think it has something to do with an Inspector Surgeon General deputy. A deputy Inspector General, I don't even know why. Doesn't matter why. Wrong.
This did serve in the previous administration.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. Oh, I see. You didn't tell me that, John. You didn't tell me that did serve in the previous administration. You mean the Obama administration. Thank you for telling me that. See, there's a typical fake news deal.
You asked me when she was appointed. I told you when she was appointed.
You're a third-rate reporter, and what you just said is a disgrace, okay? You asked me, you said, sir, just got appointed. Take a look at what you said now. I said, when did this person, how long in government? Well, it was appointed in the Obama administration. Thank you very much, John. Thank you very much. You will never make it. Go ahead, please.
On the
You will never make it. He's already made it. Look, he's got a nice job. He's in this room without a mask. Obviously, he's in the upper 1%. He's doing his thing. It's great. It's great. I don't know who John Carl is. I know I've seen him before in other press stuff or whatever. He's a cable media guy, doing pretty well with himself. I mean, he's not doing as well as you, Trump, but he's doing all right. I don't think that you getting pissed off at him will be seen as a bad thing. In fact, I think it will help him. It helped that other guy, Koska. Yeah, he did pretty good after you ream him out. See, they benefit. They benefit when you go after them, Trump. This is good for you. It's good for them. It's good for us all. There's nothing we'd like to hear more from a press conference about COVID-19 than you reaming out a reporter about some issue no one cares about. Now, I don't know what the question was. Maybe it was a gotcha question. I don't care. It just shows your propensity for being unhinged. Now, this one got all the attention. I don't know why. I mean, just called a guy third-rate reporter. Oh, God. I've been called worse things, walking my doggy, third-rate reporter. Your mother. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where you come from. Where I come from, that's a very slight diss. I mean, that'll never make a rap LP. Who cares? Third-rate reporter. Third-rate reporter. Oh, I guess I'll just go blow my head off. Yeah, just go jump in front of a train. Trump called me a third-rate reporter. Instead, this guy, I heard he already had a book out. He's going to go write another book. How's it feel to be bashed by the president, the most powerful person in the country, if not the world? And I wish I was given an opportunity like that. I can't even get on a freaking podcast. I can't get on a Trap House. I can't get on Rogan. Is there a black Chapo Trap House? Is there a black Joe Rogan? I was trying to be him, but it's harder than I thought. I mean, not the actual doing of the job of podcasting, talking out one's ass, but I mean the actual getting the opportunity to bring on good guests. That part. That's hard to do. For people to go, wow, what he said was amazing. Well, he's just saying like random shit high. So anyway, John Carl's doing fine. But anyway, I think that there's more that in this very same conference, I don't know why it didn't get any publicity. Trump said worse things than third-rate reporter, or he was less than congenial. Here goes part 2 to Angry Trump.
Did serve in the previous administration.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. Oh, I see. You didn't tell me.
The Paycheck Protection Program has gotten off to a confusing start for small
I don't
businesses
think so. I think
because
it's done very well.
Wells Fargo has stopped taking applications. Bank of America
Not
initially
anymore, they haven't.
prioritized taking applications from clients that were already
Bank of
borrowers.
America has been the leader, taking tremendous numbers of applications. And, of course, they wanted to have a slightly different application. They wanted to have a little different information. But Bank of America has been a leader. They're number one in terms of applications. I wish you'd ask the question differently. Why don't you say it's gotten off to a tremendous start, but there are some little glitches, which, by the way, have been worked out. It would be so much nicer if you do that. But you're just incapable of asking a question in a positive way.
Is the federal government
It's
putting
already
in
done.
place
It's already
to
done.
ensure that there is
It's taken the
fairness?
measures. It's taken the measures. And we may even do a different system, not with this. We're going to have to probably add more money to this to save and to keep our small businesses going and to keep the employees of those small businesses working. But it's such a positive event, and you ask it in such a negative way. It just, I wish we had a fair media in this country, and we really don't. Speaking of unfair, go ahead.
Mr. President.
Yeah. Woe is Trump. Life's so hard being Trump, man. It's difficult, man. Being Trump, man, that's as tough, man. As tough as it gets, man. Up there golfing 3 days out of the week, eating cheeseburgers and being totally unprepared for press conferences and just talking out of one's butt cheeks. These are things that are very difficult to do. Not many of us could do it. He has to sustain such a barrage of harsh questions like, hey, what's up with the money, Johnson? Now, to answer Donald Trump, because she didn't answer him, I want to answer his question. He said, why didn't you ask the question differently? And to that, the answer is, she doesn't work for Fox, Johnson. That's why she's not going to ask it differently. I know it's wrong. She's going to say, what's wrong with your process there, Trumpy? What's wrong there, Johnson? And there you go. Everyone's not Sean Hannity. It allows you to, just lie and just, it's always been this way. Come on, you got Breitbart, you've got The Blaze, you got OAN, you've got The Hill, you've got that's about it. Fox, Breitbart, The Blaze, The Hill, OAN. Yeah, that's 5. Yeah, and Stormfront. And and the dark web and various Reddit pages. They all support what you do, Trump. Hey, look, honestly, guys, I don't think it's fair that they frame things negatively for Donald Trump, but I'm not upset about it either, as long as you know that they do that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, Trump, you're almost 4 years in, dude. You're still complaining about something that's been this way ever since you began. Ever since. It's been this way. This is old hat for you, Trump. But back to the issue at hand, other than her not asking you the question the way you would like her to ask you the question. What's up with the money, Johnson? Yeah, I'm a small businessman. Where the dough, bro? Where's the cheddar, my brother? I'd like to know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I guess that'll be something he'll talk about later. He just said they have a really great process. The process has never been better. Bank of America gave a lot of money, loaning out a lot of money, as well as Wells Fargo. And maybe the process needs to be changed. I thought you said it was great already. Why would we change a great process? Bank of America stopped. Why don't you, now they've restarted. I don't know. I don't know what you get out of these press conferences, frankly. I don't get it. May start covering them, though, just because people want to watch them. Speaking of watching press conferences, daily press conferences from Trump, Governor Cuomo's been giving a lot of press conferences. Right? It's like, all right, I see what you're doing. Trying to elevate this governor guy. And, and if that wasn't bad enough, I mean, guys, come on. Come on, Johnson. We know what's going on here, right? I get pissed off about it. I did a long-form video about it. I talked about Cuomo. Then I did a video where a New Yorker who's been in New York for 2 decades, she talks about life with Cuomo. And she went down a grocery list, a grocer's list of issues that she's had with Andrew Cuomo, things that he's done during time as governor that are despicable, horrific. And then I peruse the Facebook comment section of my video to see dumbasses. Oh, they're so stupid. They are sheep protecting Cuomo. There you go, digging up dirt on a boring leader. So dumb. There you go, focusing on past stuff to try to define the future stuff. What matters is that he's leading now. Sex offenders, they may have did shit like a couple years ago or a decade ago. But we still bring them to justice. Why do we do that, Johnson? Because past activity, first of all, the infractions to the victims that were caused in the past are still relevant. Justice must be served. But also past activity indicates or may indicate future activity. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. And a scumbag tends to keep scumbagging. Okay? But my pleas, my reasonable logic on Cuomo falls on deaf ears on some people who are just looking for anything, and I do mean anything, that's different from Trump and Biden. And for that, it's hard to blame them. I mean, you're looking at Trump just be as ignorant. The way he acts is just, And then you look at Biden and threaten to fight people, meet him outside, and meet me outside. Catch me outside, like the girl on Flock the Field, I think it was. Meet me outside then. Catch me outside. That's Biden's campaign slogan. Meet me outside. But still. So Andrew Cuomo serves as a contrast to these people. But what I want you to know is that it's all BS. And there are some people on Twitter talking about it because a term that I don't know what they were trying to say, hashtag Cuomo was trending. There it is, Cuomo. I'm like, what the hell is this? Why is this trending? Why are people retweeting this? So I don't know, man. I think people just. So then I saw some responses to the trend. Okay, here goes one from Matt Binder. Andrew Cuomo ran a homophobic slogan for his dad's gubernatorial campaign in the '80s. Vote Cuomo, not the homo. Yeah, that's your guy. That's your guy. Andrew ran that for his dad in the '80s. Oh, so fantastic work to everyone tweeting homosexual for finding a way to make your new crush on a guy cutting Medicaid during a pandemic somehow even more disgusting. Yeah. It is disgusting, Johnson. Very disgusting. Here goes some other fun facts about your boy Cuomo. I mean, if you don't mind me illuminating you and shattering your frail belief system based on nothing except press conferences. So here goes some facts. He cut Medicaid, ignored canceling rent. Yeah, he canceled. So we went over this before, right? We went over this in my latest video about it. He cut Medicaid. Now, during the pandemic, he cut Medicaid. He wanted to cancel mortgage, like suspend mortgage payments, but he didn't suspend rent payments. Ignored releasing prisoners. Yeah, I retweeted a video of prisoners in Rikers dying. Just dying. Slowly dying. No medical treatment, no nothing. They're just poor, mostly black, in a warehouse. Dying. Not only the prisoners, the guards as well. And he rolled back bail reform. Yeah, that's just a couple things. There is an article in the in-depth analysis section of journalistic endeavors in Teen Vogue. Even Teen Vogue gets it right. It says, despite recent efforts to brand himself as a progressive, the Governor Cuomo has been a corporate-friendly Democrat for years. He puts himself and his wealthy donors above the well-being of working New Yorkers. He's provided inadequate funding for public housing, gone to war with labor unions, and vetoed protections for low-wage workers. While many Democrats in red states brave steep resistance to defend progressive policies, Cuomo has blocked pro-worker policies in solid blue New York. He put single-payer health care on ice, refused to fully fund public schools, and cut critical housing vouchers for formerly homeless families. Yeah, that's just a little bit. That's a little taste of the Cuomo I know. You know, like Jim Clyburn, he was out there stumping for his boy Joe Biden. Yeah, I know Joe. I know Joe. Joe knows us. That's right. We're going to vote Joe. Well, here goes a new one. I know Cuomo. Cuomo, they already used homo. Cuomo is a no-no. If you knew Cuomo and you weren't a so-and-so, he'd be a no-no for you too. You know, it's funny that I don't hear Roland Martin and others, these people, Cheryl Underwood, whatever her name is. I forget her name. It's amazing These people that discredit me, they talk, oh, Tim Black's not serious enough. No, Tim Black's not paid off like you, mofo. That's the difference. Why don't you just call it simple and plain? Tim Black has never took a paycheck from any of these corporations that you take money from, nor do I get on my knees and drop it like it's hot and twerk my butt cheeks looking for an assignment from one of these entities, and where I have to bend my ethics, where I have to contort myself, where I have to avoid mirrors in my home because I got to look at my own reflection because I'm such a sellout scumbag. Won't you call it straight? That's really what it is. I'm a loose cannon because I'm loose, man. And I's free. And I don't have to bend to nobody's will. And I'm not going to defend Cuomo or Biden or none of them. It's like I always say, if you can't run on your record, maybe you shouldn't run. And if you can't stand on your past, maybe you need to get your ass off the stage, because we're going to call it out here on the Tim Black Show. All right, guys, I'm going to go to commercial. We'll be right back with our prime top-of-the-line story, our hit story for the night. Share this and stay tuned. Be right back. I have new Johnson designs in my shop. If you want to pick them up, check them out. They are hilarious, they are revolutionary, and they're all Johnson. You're going to love them, man. Check them out. Both parties suck, Johnson. It's one of my favorites. Independent media only, Johnson. Keep it real. We are all Johnson. We are. We're one big community, guys. Go check it out. Independent media only. Johnson's in the house. Both parties suck, Johnson. We are here. They got a special going on right now. Free shipping. Get it today. Wolfpack. All right, if you're just tuning into the show, my name is Tim Black. Welcome back to the show. And this episode is brought to you in part by TrendyAssDabbers.com. That's right, Trendy Ass Dabbers. You buy one, you get 1 ounce. You buy 1 ounce free, you get the other ounce on the house. Go to TrendyAssDabbers.com and look up for my brother Nay, because he has this great oral cannabis pain relieving ointment thing, right? It's based from the cannabis, the legal cannabis, right? You rub it on your skin, it makes the pains go away, and that's because of my brother Nay. So go to TrendyAssDabbers.com, get yourself an ounce, not a pint. Get yourself an ounce of the good stuff. All right, TrendyAssDabbers.com. That's where you go. You know, there is something going on that you may have heard about it. It's the Covid-19 virus that's spreading across the country. In fact, the Surgeon General, Jerome Adams, says that we might be in for the worst of the worst within the next week or so. And this is something to be very concerned about, regardless of who you are, where you stay. But if you, all things being equal, if you are a black person, not because you just black skinned, but if you are a black person, you know what that means, right? When I say black, I mean somebody coming from a social-economic background of a typical black person, right? Black people in America, black Americans, not Joy Reid, not Kamala Harris, black. I'm talking about black like me. Black, born in D.C., mama from New York, father from, D.C., like that type black. Okay? I'm just telling you, because it's in the data, guys. What are you talking about, Tim Black? Well, if you are black American, you are very, very likely. You're at a higher risk for COVID-19. You are more susceptible than others. Now, there's social economic reasons for it. There are reasons of logistics. But the reality is what it is. Now, maybe you heard earlier, or formerly a couple days ago, a week ago, there was a rumor going around that black people couldn't catch COVID-19, that somehow somehow the pigmentation of your skin, the melanin in your skin would protect you from COVID-19. This was a rumor peddled by people who want to kill you. Probably started on one of them Stormfront sites or one of those 4chan or 8chan sites. I don't know. The dark web. I don't know. But it's bullshit. What we're seeing now is a concentrated number of deaths and cases in the black community. Numerous entities are reporting on it. It's a reality. F what you heard. Get in the house. Stay in the house. Underlying medical conditions, having to go to work due to just not having the resources to stay home like some others. In my own life, guys, in my own life presently, I have two brothers, one by blood, one by love, the other by blood. I have three brothers in total, actually. And two of those brothers every day have to go out to work. I'm afraid for them. I'm afraid for them because they have to do that. They're putting themselves in harm's way because they need the money. I'm fortunate that my job allows me to stay home. What I do, my career, my business, is at home, in the safety of my home. Their risk of contaminating COVID-19 is so much higher. It's just economics. So I want to stress to everyone out there to be aware of your situation. Maybe it's time to consider what's more important, because keeping that bill paid while you wait on the Trump check, it might not come in time, but what might come before that Trump check is COVID-19, and the survival rate of black people is a lot lower. To that point, here goes a clip. CBS's Norah O'Donnell talks about it. Sometimes people need to hear from someone who looks a little different than me.
Has more on these disturbing disparities. Tonight, with the rate of infection increasing in cities across America, there are alarming new statistics showing the pandemic is taking an especially heavy toll on minority communities. In Illinois alone, more than 40% of those who have died are African Americans, even though only 15% of the population is black. Adriana Diaz has more on these disturbing disparities.
In the age of coronavirus, funeral home doors are disinfected, while inside, services are led under a mask.
Death has no respect of age. It has no respect of color.
Today, Anthony Smith of Detroit was remembered, the first known mail handler to die from the virus. His coworker, Brittany Crumpton.
I don't want to go back to work because I'm have anxiety about it really bad.
Another public worker, Detroit bus driver Jason Hargrove, succumbed to the virus days after complaining about a woman coughing openly on his bus.
Man, y'all need to take this serious. It's folks dying.
Their cases are part of a grim trend. African Americans account for 41% of COVID deaths in Michigan, though only 14% of residents. In Chicago, black residents represent 72% of deaths, but just 30% of the population.
Those numbers take your breath away.
Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot.
The distribution of this disease tells a story about resources and inequality.
Dr. Monica Peak studies health disparities at the University of Chicago Medicine. She says African Americans are more likely to have underlying conditions and still be working.
When the city puts out orders for people to shelter in place, the grocery stores are open, the public transit is still open, and the people that are working in those jobs are disproportionately racial and ethnic minorities.
Dr. Peak says both race and socioeconomic status are contributing to this trend. But since testing hasn't been comprehensive, public health officials warn that the real proportion of people of color being affected is likely higher. Nora?
All right, Adriana, thank you.
You know, as I reported earlier, that Milwaukee, Wisconsin, they were going to go ahead with their voting Wisconsin will go ahead with their voting. It's important to note that in that very state, in Milwaukee, the coronavirus, based on all the data, shows that it entered that state in Milwaukee in an affluent suburb. But then the virus spread to and took hold and erupted in a black community. That very state where they want to continue to vote, where they want to force people out to the polls. As the public health officials watched cases rise in March, too many in the community shrugged off warnings with rumors of conspiracy theories proliferated on social media, pushing the bogus idea that black people are somehow immune to the disease. I want to also point out how I haven't seen a single Democrat operative come out and talk about, blame Russia for that lie. Is it possible that there are bots being employed to spread a lie in order to try to erase black people out of communities? I mean, who started this idea that black people couldn't catch COVID-19? I mean, they'll say that the Russians try to steal our elections, but no one's talking about killing black people with this disease, this virus. I mean, I didn't hear any other nationality make that claim. Why was it black people that were pinpointed with this misleading information? And did Facebook and Twitter go as resiliently and as strategically to erase the post reciting this BS conspiracy theory? What if people believed it? What if it attributed to some of these cases that we're seeing? I'm just saying, I just remember everyone was up in arms how Zuckerberg and Twitter guy, they weren't doing enough to stop people from calling Hillary Clinton a sellout or lock her up. But I didn't hear anything about this lie that's now costing lives. I think it contributed to it, and I didn't hear any pushback. And I have yet to hear. This is the first show, me speaking it, that I've heard it even uttered. As of Friday morning, African Americans make up almost half of Milwaukee County's 945 cases and 81 of its 27 deaths in a county whose population is 26% black. So you're 26% of the community, but you make up 81% of the deaths. Okay? You get it? It's like 3 times. Almost 3 times. As in most things that are horrible. You know, there's a saying in the black community, when white people get the cold, black people get the flu. I just want to remind all those people who love to point out, love to say, one day America's going to fall. One day white people going to get what's coming to them. You forget you live with them. And you forget you on the bottom of the rung. And you forget when they fall, you fall first. That's how it's always been in this country. Now, poor people will go, but black people are predominantly the poor people. Get it? So, though it's social economical, just so happens, by happenstance, that black people are the poorest. Just amazing. There are people that come across that border who somehow end up more affluent. Because when it comes to jobs, when it comes to hiring practices, those employers would rather hire Latinos because they're a little bit lighter than hire black people. Now, you could say it's because they can pull his pants hanging down off his butt. You can say that if you want to. Everybody don't wear the pants hanging down. Everybody ain't blasting NWA, okay? It's a problem we have in this country. It's systemic, and nowhere is it more prevalent than in the COVID-19. COVID-19. 40% of the cases, black, 13% of the population. Why is that? Now, you answer that question for me. In Michigan, where the state's population is 14% black, African Americans make up 35% of the cases and 40% of the deaths as of Friday morning. Detroit, where a majority of residents are black, has emerged as a hotspot with the high death total, as has New Orleans. Louisiana has not published cases breakdowns by race, but 40% of the state's deaths have happened in Orleans Parish. And Orleans Parish is predominantly black. Illinois and North Carolina are two of the few areas publishing statistics on the COVID-19 cases by race, and other data shows a disproportionate number of African Americans were infected. So that's the reality. That's what's happening, guys. I will try to keep you up to date, and that's why I send out a message to all folks to pay attention, to recognize what's happening. We're about to see the worst week. And for the Trump administration to come out and say this after people were tamping down on the severity of what we could see, and now for them to be, I saw Donald Trump with a very solemn look on his face. His eyes were no longer dancing. He was uniquely lucid. And he said that we need to be very much aware that this is going to get horrible. So, those frontline workers, those essential workers who are so essential, they can't even get health care. Those essential workers are so essential, we can't even give them the proper personal equipment. They're going to be our first fatalities, if not already. So, if you can go home, go home. And maybe we need to consider the fact you may not, let's just call it, man. If they're halting evictions, there's worse things than to owe money, okay? Stay home. Hey, Moose, stay home. All right. There we go, guys. Find me as Real Tim Black on Facebook and Twitter. Tim Black and Night on Instagram. We have an unfair system. Unfair, totally unfair. We all know that, but it's more exasperated now. You get to see it clear, and I hope that those who have doubted it, explain it to me. A broken healthcare system is part of it. Underlying conditions that make you more susceptible and unable to fight the virus off, diabetes, high blood pressure. Who has that already? All right, guys. All right, let's go to the comment section and see what we got. Maybe got some comments to read out. I want to thank my Tim Black Wolfpack for staying in my corner, having my back. I see that our numbers have dropped off. They'll be back. We'll find new people. We'll get new people. Can't keep the truth down. We will continue to grow. We will not compromise our ethics. All right? You with me? You with me, Johnsons? Because I'm with you. I'm with us. All right, here we go, guys. Renaro. Trump is going to have I Can't Do Nothing For You as his theme song. Progressive Geek says loud and clear. Thank you, Progressive Geek. I appreciate it, man. John Lennon just signed up on Patreon. Honored to be a part of the Wolfpack. Much love, big dog. Keep doing your thing. It's making a difference. Thank you. Hashtag General Strike. Thank you for joining us, John. Rev Marie, no extension mail-in must be postmarked April 7th. Thank you, Rev Marie. I appreciate it. David, I'm phoning Wisconsin today, telling people to vote by mail. Deadline for ballots, date 4/13. Okay, so we got conflicting information there, guys. Got to go to the website and check it out. Rev Marie says deadline is April 7th. David said deadline 13th. I'm not sure. But Trump's $1,200 check will bounce insufficient funds. Cuomo is a Republican, cutting New York Medicare. Time to wake up, people. Yeah, Greg, the checks can't bounce because we print our own money. We own our own currency, man. So that's not going to happen. Maybe some inflation, but they won't bounce. Simone Johnson. Thank you, Simone. I appreciate you. I can't see your comments, Simone, for some reason. It's always like that, Simone. The last comment always gets X'd out. It's nothing personal. Yeah, I can't view it for some reason. Because it won't let me scroll all the way to the bottom, Simone, but I want to thank you for donating to the show. I appreciate you. Simone Johnson. All right, guys, that's all I got. I will see you soon. We'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow we open up phone lines right here. Hi, Tim. Keep up the good work. Appreciate the love. Wolfpack. Thank you, Simone. I appreciate you. Tanya A., thank you for supporting the show. We appreciate you as well, Tanya. Yeah, tomorrow we open up phone lines. So be here as well so that you can speak your own mind. That'd be great. John Lennon, thanks again, my friend. I appreciate you. That's it. I got your back. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Be safe. Wolfpack.